All right, let's see what we gotta say here again. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll just see how it goes. Am I on it, Mary?
You are.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. I'm here today with the Reisbig family. We just recently sold their farmland for them and their farm buildings. And I'm here today with Bud and Ron and Ed Reisbig of Nickel Plate Farms. And they're here to talk a little bit about their experience with selling their land at auction and how it went for them. Well guys, thanks a lot for taking some time to talk with us. Appreciate it very much. Maybe one of you guys could just tell everybody what it is that we sold for you.
Well, it was basically all the farm land. They split it up into 6 parcels so that I think it gave more people a chance to bid on what they wanted.
Yeah.
And in the end, it probably made the price a little bit larger. So I think that was a benefit, and they're experienced enough that they could make sure, because we had some in 116 and some that wasn't, so we kind of had to work with what the restraints were.
Yep.
And Sid and his guys always seemed to know what they had to do, so we relied on them quite a bit to make sure surveys were done and stakes were driven and
Yeah.
keep everything straight.
You mentioned about dividing it into 6 parcels and so on. So the idea was that gave some people an opportunity to bid on smaller parcels of land. And if somebody wanted half the farm, they could put 2 or 3 or 4 parcels together. And if somebody wanted it all, they could bid on all of it. And so basically what you're saying then, Ron, is you thought that was beneficial for selling
I'm
price.
sure it was.
Yeah.
There was a couple of bidders that wanted specific pieces, and they kept upping their bids a little bit, trying to keep them.
Yeah.
And in the end, 2 people ended up with it.
Yeah.
And the one ended up with all the tillable acres, and they made sure they kept their bid high enough.
Yeah.
So I think in the end it all
Paid off. Huh?
paid off.
Yeah, I believe it. Well, but I know that wasn't an easy decision for you guys. You farmed here for what? You guys almost 60 years.
60. Yeah, almost 60 years. We've been milking cows here.
Yeah.
So, and I was happy with Sid's help.
Well, thank you.
They were very helpful and helped us divide up the lots during the machinery auction, and they did a real good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, well, good. And were you happy with how we advertised it? Did you think we did a good job?
Yeah. I was surprised how many different magazines and stuff had your advertisements in it. So
Good.
I'm pretty sure the word got out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot more interest because of being dairy buildings. I was afraid that was gonna
Not help, maybe.
deter
Huh?
the
Yeah.
guy. Well, we had several come and look at the buildings, and
Yeah.
so the word had to have gotten out
Yeah.
that it was gonna be offered. And
So, why did you guys decide maybe an auction was the way to go? Because before you even called me, obviously you must have thought about that a little bit.
I guess it's kind of a popular thing, but it's more, if we went with a realtor to sell the property, it could have taken 5 years, 6 years
Yeah.
to find a buyer, because we probably wouldn't have split it up. We would have
Right.
offered it
Right.
as a whole, and
And it's kind of hard to know what price to ask, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you know, Ed, what price you want to ask, or maybe you're too high, or maybe you're too low, and whatever.
Yeah.
So that way, with the auction, we kind of let the market tell us what the
Yeah.
farm is worth. Were you guys satisfied with the price that it sold for?
I was a little bit disappointed in the buildings, but
Yeah.
because, like I said, we thought it was going to be a big drag, and it didn't turn out that way. There was a couple guys that are going to want to milk cows, and the person that bought it is a young man that I'm glad he's going to start out
Yeah.
milking cows. You know, that's what we always did here. So.
Yeah. How about the land prices then?
I think that was pretty
Yeah.
good. That,
Yeah.
yeah. The
Good.
land itself
Good.
brought decent price.
All right. And throughout the whole process from the beginning to the end, you didn't just deal with me. There was a few other people from
Yeah.
our company.
Chuck and
Yeah.
your son there, they were here when we were putting things in line.
Yeah.
And they pitched right in and
Good.
got things
So you
organized and
found our people to be helpful then, and
Yeah.
always courteous and always ask you if you have any questions, let them know.
okay.
You know, they'll try to get information to you if
Yeah.
for whatever reason you might think something should be different. They'll
Yeah.
explain it.
Good. Good. Well, for people listening, and maybe this question to you: if you had to do it again, or if you knew of a friend or somebody that was thinking of selling, would you recommend that they consider doing an auction?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, it's, there's a process going on and things are happening, and with a realtor, you know, you could be sitting for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there anything else that you guys were particularly either impressed with or surprised about, or anything that you really had to
You
bring
got-
up?
I think because of your experience in explaining it to us, we kind of knew what to expect, and
Yeah.
it went the way you thought it was gonna. I mean,
Were you a little nervous when we started the real estate auction off? Or?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty normal.
Yeah,
But once it got going, you kind of got a feel. I don't know what did it take us. Maybe was it a couple hours we were selling?
Yeah.
hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, good.
the waiting for 2 minutes to get, you know, for the next.
Yeah.
That was kind of nervous.
Yeah.
But it kept, you know, it kept it
Yeah.
going, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So what Bud's talking about, everybody, is after we've been selling for a little while and the bids start to slow down and we think we're nearing kind of the end of the auction, then in order to keep it moving, we tell people you have 2 minutes or 3 minutes to bid. If no bids, then the auction's over. And I don't know, we probably restarted that clock 15, 20 times. I don't know. But it sometimes is what it takes to make people kind of come to a get her done.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, thanks so much, you guys. Appreciate you taking the time to talk. I think that'll help other people. That everybody kind of gets a little nervous. You wonder, because with an auction, you're not in control. It feels like, and so sometimes that makes people kind of nervous. But glad you were able to help out, and maybe people will feel a little more comfortable with it, and appreciated all that you did to make the auction work good too. So thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right.
thank you.